Hey, seamsters, it's Jen from Sew and Tell Patterns. Today, I want to talk to you about no pin sewing.
I know, a lot of you out there might be shaking your head no at me, but sewing with pins is a huge crutch. It wastes a lot of time and sometimes makes your projects not look as good. Look, no pin sewing is easy, but you can't just slap your fabric through. You need to understand how that fabric is feeding through your machine to not end up with a hot mess. So you've got these little puppies called feed dogs. You know, those little jagged pieces under the presser foot that move up and down? These are pushing your fabric through your machine. Now, at the same time, your presser foot is pulling your fabric back. Knowing this little push and pull game is going on is vital in no pin sewing. So let's go over that again. Your bottom layer will push up when sewing. That means it's going to shrink up at a faster rate because your top layer is naturally being pulled down by your presser foot. All right, now that you know what's happening, let's do this. Align those raw edges together, place them under the presser foot, and give it a back stitch. Now, hit the gas. As you stitch along, adjust your fabric and your hand placement. You'll need to realign the fabric edges so that they match. Hand placement is up for debate. I find mine changes depending on what I'm sewing or the type of fabric I'm using. So play around with your hand positions and do what works for you. Guess what? This whole push and pull game, it's also happening on your serger. You don't want to use pins on a serger, so adopt this no pin sewing technique there too. Long straight seams, stretchy or bias cut seams, these are going to stretch even more unevenly. So it's vital to check in from time to time. So you want to stop, line up your fabric to the end, and make sure you're sewing it evenly. Now, here's some additional advice. When sewing without pins, keep the bottom layer taut and allow the top layer to go through the machine a little less assisted. This will totally help that natural push and pull drawback of your machine. Once you're at the end of your seam, just give it a back stitch and you're done. Yes, no pin sewing sounds daunting, but with a little bit of practice, it's a total game changer. See you later, seamsters.